Hello. Oh dear. People following me with a Twitch app are gonna kill me. This is like my 5th test stream in like half an hour. But I've recently discovered. Wait, do I not have audio? Hang on. Oh, I think the audio might have died. Oh, I know why it's died. Hang on a second. It's because I need to press this button. There we go. Now we have audio. Please ignore that. I recently discovered that if I use the NVENC encoder, I seem to be able to get rid of a bunch of frame drops. So I did that at 2500 bitrate, and I was able to stream with no frame drops, but looked a little bit like ass. So now I'm gonna see how well I can stream at 4500 bitrate, which is what's recommended by Twitch for good video quality at 30 frames a second streaming. And by gum, I'm watching this on my phone, and it looks like it works. This is not going to be a long stream, this is a test stream. But I'm just going to keep playing for a bit and see if it can hold up, if it can keep going. But yeah, I've been over this a few times now, but this is the only VOD I'm going to be putting out, so I'll say it again. I bought a network adapter yesterday, that arrived today, because I thought that might be the issue. It was only 10 quid, so I'm not too fussed, but my old network adapter had some issues, so I'm happy to replace it anyway. And it was USB 2.0, this new one is more powerful, it's USB 3.0, so I'm hoping it's a bit more reliable, and so far it is. So far it seems like I get better upload speed out of it, which is precisely what I wanted. But sadly, that didn't seem to be the cause of frame drops. So I've been experimenting with a few things. Let's do a race or something. I've been experimenting with a few things. And it seems like it was more to do with the encoder I was using, weirdly enough. And I'll never be able to explain that. Let's do this one. I'll never be able to explain why that is, because I don't know how this shit works. All I know is trial and error, constantly testing, and seeing what I'm able to do. Now, of course, this will always be slightly iffy, not having a wired connection and not having access to a wired connection. But, this seems to be holding up a lot better than anything I've done in the past. I'm also reminded of another time when I streamed a Hot Wheels racing game. And I thought I had the perfect streaming settings and I was very happy with them, and then the next day I went to stream and was unable to. Had a bit of a rage fit and then promptly didn't stream for like a year. So hopefully this doesn't happen to me tomorrow, where I'm like, I did it, I got the best settings, I can stream whenever I like, and then just immediately be unable to. But in general I'm trying to be more lax about that kind of thing anyway. But man, look at this. Look at this. Huh? Who would have thought? 1080p, 30 frames a second, 4500 bitrate. Smooth as butter. Just what we wanted. I am doing this at 9:30 on a Saturday night, so I don't know what that means in terms of general neighborhood usage. What is that ticking noise? That's in the game, right? Yeah. Oh, is that? That's just part of the song that's on. Wow, that's an old person moment. What's that ticking noise? I don't know what it could be. Sure, let's do the Mustang. Thought something was going wrong in my computer for half a second. I was like, oh no, am I straining it too much with these settings? No, my computer doesn't sound like the fans are even going that hard. Which reminds me, I did a whole Assassin's Creed stream earlier, and for whatever reason, the slight whirring in the background was a lot louder than normal, and it bugs me. I don't have like a shock stand, that's not what it's called. I don't have a boom arm for my mic or anything. So it rests on my desk, and it would sound a lot worse, in fact. Let me show you how much worse it would sound. I'm imagining you can hear a noticeable difference in how loud the fans are, because it's like travelling vibration through the desk. What I do, try not to bump the mic too much as I move it around, Sorry if I just deafened you all. But what I do is I put my mic on a temporary little box that it came in stand, which absorbs like, I would say 70 to 80% of a whirring background noise. But it's not perfect, you can still hear some. And I've tested this, by the way. I've literally held my mic in the air and it's fucking flawless. There's no background noise at all. But I don't want a boom mic. I might end up getting one, but maybe that'll be for another time. For now, I think most of the time it's quiet enough that it's not a problem. Oops, I smashed it. I smashed my score. Yeah, damn, still going. Still looking good. That is one sexy looking stream. But yeah, the thing that tipped me off to the fact that I might be able to improve my streaming situation is that the Xbox, just streaming through my Xbox Series S, it seems to have more capability than my PC does in terms of like, it was just able to stream at like 1080p, I think 6000 bitrate. So basically this quality, although it didn't need to be 6000, or what was it? It was the top bitrate that the Twitch app allowed, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, and it was able to do that. The only problem was, I don't know if it's because of a headset I'm using or just because of the way it worked it out, but there was like a half-second delay between what I was saying and what you were seeing on the screen. So like for instance, I go pause and you see it pause there. It's instant, right? At least it should be. That's going to be part of the test when I watch this back. But on the Xbox I would say pause and it would be like, in fact I think it was more than half a second. It was like a second or two at worst. And I couldn't really determine what made it an issue. Whether it was like how hard it was to run the game. Like, I noticed I streamed a really non-intensive game once and I didn't have any lag, so that might have been it. But yeah, also I had to use my Xbox headset, which is a lower quality microphone. And just a whole bunch of other stuff, like it's way better to stream through your PC if you can, right? So I knew my Wi-Fi was capable of doing it. It was my PC that was the issue, is what I'm getting at. So that's what inspired me to start trying to tinker with it and try to figure out why I'm not streaming at the highest possible capability. And again, it will never be as good as a wired connection. It'll always be susceptible to cutting out or something, but my Wi-Fi is pretty damn reliable, to be honest. Like, I can't have a wired connection, but to be honest, I'm not that far from the wireless router. Well, I always say router. Maybe it's router. I don't care. But yeah, that's where we're at. I know I said I'd stop streaming after this race, but let's do this danger sign as well. Why the hell not? I'm having fun. I have already streamed, like I said, some Assassin's Creed today for like 3 hours. So this is not going to be a proper stream. If you're watching the VOD, you'll already have noticed, if I can get my words out, that we're approaching the end of it. But, I don't know, this looks good. I'm thrilled that I've finally figured something out, and it was just as simple as using different encoder. I think I mentioned this on the previous test stream, that I was recommended to not use NVENC a few years ago by someone. And I don't know if the technology's changed or whatever, but it seems like, for my instance at least, I should definitely be using NVENC. Unless I'm about to learn something terrible upon viewing this VOD. When I tested the last VOD and I looked at it, it looks like the audio was out of sync, and I was I was very angry, because I was like, damn it, it looked perfect and now the audio's out of sync. Why can't streaming just be easy? Had a little rage fit. But then I refreshed the page and it turned out to just be Twitch's video player that was out of sync. The stream was fine, and the VOD was fine. It was just that particular page needed reloading. But yeah, hopefully this all turned out fine. I'm pretty sure it did. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is basically me saying, hey look, woo, I can stream like this now. The cursed words that I uttered a year ago in Hot Wheels Unleashed. I promise you, if I'm unable to stream like this again tomorrow, I'm not going to quit streaming this time. I will continue to try and work it out and try and find out a middle ground. But for now, this looks pretty damn good, and I'm pretty stoked. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll tune in to the next stream, which will probably be more Assassin's Creed at some point. Maybe tomorrow, maybe... Oh, I'm working on Monday, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. So thank you, and goodbye.